Hey, Zach, it's Rachel. How are you? Okay, so testing on the sound. Testing, testing. Hello and welcome. We'll be starting our STEMfinity and Science Action Club webinar in just about 1 minute. Hello and welcome. This is STEMfinity and Science Action Club's co-hosted webinar. My name is Rachel. I'm very excited to be facilitating this product demo today for all of you. We'll be here for about the next 25 minutes. We'll be exploring some of Science Action Club's products and kits from the STEMfinity website, and there'll be plenty of time at the end for a Q&A. If you're tuning in live either from Facebook or YouTube, go ahead and chat in comments and questions along the way. We have some amazing moderators from the STEMfinity staff, Tressa, Alex, and Zach over there, who will be helping out to answer immediate questions and then also shoot some questions my way at the end that I can answer for you. Another exciting feature of today is we have a raffle. We will be giving away one of Science Action Club's Bug Safari kits. This kit is valued at $1,500, but it can be yours today if you enter the raffle. You might see it in the comments. It should be pinned right at the top of the comment section on whatever live streaming platform you're on. Be sure to go over there at any point during this webinar and register yourself for that raffle, or you can see in the slide in the bottom corner of the video, there should be a webinar registration there as well. It's bit.ly/SAC webinar. So that's bit.ly/SAC webinar. So go ahead and register to get that raffle, get that Bug Safari kit, a great way to engage and bring STEM to your youth at your program. So again, if you are just hopping on, my name is Rachel Van Scoik. I'm the manager of Science Action Club, and this is our Science Action Club and STEMfinity co-hosted webinar. Today we'll be going through some of the resources and tools in the Science Action Club kits and doing some very exciting product demos for you. So you can get an idea of what's offered in those kits and grab one of your own for your own site, school, library, district, whatever it is. Again, go ahead and chat in some comments, questions, and just general enthusiasm for STEM and science learning into the chat boxes. We have some awesome STEMfinity moderators there, keeping an eye on it, and we'll be answering your questions. So without further ado, let's jump in and learn a little bit more about what Science Action Club is. We'll be going through 2 demos a little bit later, and then I will be ending with a Q&A at the end. This is one more reminder about that raffle, though. Be sure to enter yourself so you get a free Bug Safari kit. That'll be the first demo we do in just a moment. But I wanted to tell you a little more about what Science Action Club is in a nutshell. Science Action Club kits make it really fun. They make it easy for you to lead hands-on investigative STEM and after-school programs, summer programs with really no experience. This program is designed for both experts and novice educators in the STEM world. Through games, projects, and exciting investigations, scientific investigations, youth explore nature. They're able to contribute to authentic scientific research and design creative strategies that will help the planet heal. And this is especially important for the group that we work with. Science Action Club is geared towards upper elementary and middle school age, and those groups really need to feel empowered to be able to have a positive impact on their earth, and that's exactly what Science Action Club does. with content that is designed and pulled from a world-class scientific institution called the California Academy of Sciences in San Francisco. Each Science Action Club kit is designed to connect to a community science or also known as citizen science scientific project. So that's how youth are engaging in this process. Within each kit, there are easy to follow activity plans. I'll show you that a little bit later. A complete set of STEM supplies. It's enough for 20 youth. And it also comes with a 2-hour online training. This is a self-paced, interactive, fun online training for your staff. So if you are working with new staff, if you want to build in professional development for standing staff that you have, this is a great opportunity to give them some professional development while also bringing that hands-on, exciting science to your program as well. Within the kits, within each of the guidebooks, you are getting 12 activities for those 20 youth that last for about 60 to 90 minutes. And it covers important scientific concepts. And that online training pairs really well with those activity books. It gives your educators helpful strategies for STEM learning in the informal learning environment. So again, it's great for both the staff that you have and the youth that you are supporting. Now, what's exciting about this is we have 3 units. Cloudquest, Bird Scouts, and Bug Safari. We'll be doing a demo from Bug Safari and Cloudquest in just a few short moments. But each of these 3 units are using community science and citizen science for the youth to understand the scientific process, to walk through scientific protocol themselves, and to give that data to real scientists. So they are not just practicing, they're not just learning, they are actually contributing to the scientific community. And that builds just stellar science and STEM identity, as well as confidence in their own voice and their own intelligence. So there's a lot of power in all of this. But without further ado, I want to actually show you how we do this. Our first demo is coming from our Bug Safari kit. You'll see in the slide here, this is the full Club in a Box kit that you will get when you order your Bug Safari kit. Or if you are that lucky winner of the raffle today, don't forget to contribute. You will get one of these shipped to your house. You will get access to the online training, and you will get a full guidebook just like this. This is printed and comes within that Bug Safari kit, and it's really designed for you to just open up to the page of the activity that you're teaching for that day and go. What I wanted to show you today is one of my favorite activities within Bug Safari, which is called Tools of the Trade. This is when the youth are actually using the skills and doing skill building to learn about that scientific protocol. So they're practicing the things that they need to go make observations of bugs and arthropods outside. So this activity within Tools of the Trade, I'm going to actually read the instructions right there just to show you that this is ready to go. You can just grab this guidebook and go ahead and start teaching. So at the California Academy of Sciences, citizen science, just like you, collect organisms from nature to learn about the diversity of life on Earth. They use scientific tools to gather and examine organisms carefully. Follow the Tools of the Trade station cards to practice using the collection tools. The tools will be organized into stations, and visit the tool station in small groups. So as you can see, some of you might already be thinking this is a great activity for physical distancing. If you're a program that is still meeting in person, but you need to have certain safety precautions for the group you're working with, Science Action Club kits and activities and this Tool of the Trade activity in particular are great for that. With slight modifications, you're able to create safe learning environments for the youth that are coming to your program. So in Tools of the Trade, just like the instructions said, there are station cards set up all around the room. As you can see in this image, here is our butterfly net with the station card. It'll prompt each of the youth at each of these stations to do some activities to practice those skills. So let's walk through a few of them. One of the station cards here is for a petri dish, a brush, and a foam. You might wonder, how do you actually use this to collect insects and arthropods? Well, I will show you. Here's our petri dish with the foam inside, and here is our brush. What they're using to practice the skill are small pieces of wadded up paper. So you'll actually take that brush and very carefully swipe it into the foam, and then you will delicately kind of sandwich that little piece of paper or an arthropod if you have it in between that foam and the petri dish. So you're not actually hurting that organism, you're not hurting the arthropod. You are able to observe it and look at it here. And even more importantly, you're able to very safely take that brush and swipe it back to the original habitat that you found it on. So that's one of the stations, one of the skills that they will be learning about in Tools of the Trade. Another one is using this very important tool called a loop. It is a magnifying glass within there that you can adjust, turning this left and right. So imagine we have that arthropod from our last station. You're able to actually put this on top and see it very clearly. When you're doing the skill building with Tools of the Trade at this station, you're actually just using a penny and observing that, moving that loop back and forth so you get the exact right magnification to see that penny. So you can practice and later use it on a cool beetle or something that you find during the scientific protocol in Bug Safari. Now, last but certainly not least, I did say Tools of the Trade was my favorite activity, and this is my favorite tool within Tools of the Trade. This one is especially important to practice indoors and practice with Tools of the Trade before you have youth go outside to collect and observe arthropods and insects. So this one is called a pooter. Here is our station card there, giving you some instructions for the youth to follow in a diagram. So pooter is a way to collect insects in this chamber here, so you can observe it safely. When you flip it up, you'll see two holes there, one clear and one with some mesh in it. The pooter also comes with two rubber attachments. You take this shorter rubber attachment and you put it in the side with the mesh, and then you take the longer rubber attachment and you put it in the other side that is open. What you're actually going to use is your breath and your power of your lungs to be able to bring an arthropod or an insect into this chamber. So we use this by practicing with a small piece of paper, and you position it there and you actually inhale here to suck it up into the chamber. Now, some of you might have had an aha moment as I was connecting these dots. You might say, oh, now I know why we put this shorter tube that you put in your mouth with the mesh side, so that you're actually putting arthropods into the chamber and not into your mouth. Now, another safety protocol with this, especially important during COVID and a pandemic, is making sure each of them use a straw. So you'll actually get a pack of little paper straws so that they all have their own and they can practice without ever touching to that tube there. So they'll just inhale like this and be able to collect and observe right here. Now, after you do Tools of the Trade with your youth and you practice these skills, you're actually taking them outside and you're using these to safely collect arthropods, observe the arthropods, take pictures of them, and submit it to a citizen science project called iNaturalist, so that scientists that are studying and learning about arthropods and insects can use that data. Within Science Action Club, every single club session starts with this citizen science practice and this community science protocol, so that youth are able to practice these skills over and over again. They're able to get outdoors, they're able to move their bodies, and they're able to learn about science. Okay, that was from our Bug Safari kit. One more plug for that raffle. Don't forget to add your name, because you will potentially be the lucky winner of one of those Bug Safari kits at the end of this call. STEMfinity will announce that to you afterwards, so be sure to get your name in now. But I wanted to highlight another unit of ours, and I wanted to highlight another way we can adapt it. So as we were seeing with the Bug Safari Tools of the Trade activity, it's great for physical distancing when you have potentially a smaller student group at your after school program at your library, but you still want to engage them and you still want them to be hands-on. This is a great way for them to practice separate material usage and practice those skills. You're able either to use hand sanitizer in between those stations or just have them practice practice one skill at a time and sanitize in between the club sessions. There's lots of opportunities for you able to use these resources creatively and flexibly to bring Science Action Club to your program. Some of you, however, might be thinking, that's great, but actually I'm doing distance learning. I'm doing virtual learning this semester. And I wanted to highlight another adaptation that we have with our Cloudquest kit. Cloudquest is a great way for you to learn about the sky with the youth and follow weather patterns and follow climate patterns. So you're able to observe the sky and see changes and learn about all the different features there. Now, within the Cloudquest kit, when you purchase one, here is that amazing kit that you get and all the materials and the features. We've seen so many of our Science Action Club partners and educators get these kits and distribute them as take-home packs. So that's a great way to adapt, to change and adapt to distance learning, is to take these materials and divvy them up for the students that you are working with. Again, these packs are great for groups of 20, and they are geared for upper elementary and middle school. Now, within Cloudquest, there are some creative adaptations you can do to have this be a successful program and a successful unit with distance learning. So with this one, I wanted to review the sky survey activity. This is also the scientific protocol that you'll be doing, just like Bug Safari and Tools of the Trade we did. This is great for learning about the protocol and practicing the protocol virtually. Now, Tools of the Trade and Sky Survey are both sample lessons that you can get on the STEM Affinity product page. So be sure to check the links that are being chatted in so you can follow along or read these afterwards and learn about the sample lesson that we have and that we're following. So within Cloudquest, we are going to go to the Connect with NASA sample activity. Again, check it out on those STEMfinity product pages. And we're going to be walking through the Sky Survey activity within Connect to NASA. This is the scientific protocol to feed up into Globe Observer Citizen Science Project, which goes to NASA, which is just so exciting and empowering for youth. Within each kit, there is a set of these Science Action Club notebooks for your youth to engage with. And with Sky Survey, we include these cool stickers that you can stick into each notebook for them to do their Sky Survey observations every single time you meet as a club. So you can see here, it is asking questions like, what does your sky look like? What is the cloud coverage? Now, these are skills that you are teaching and you are practicing with the youth within the program. In the kit, you get 2 tools to help you facilitate the Sky Survey activity. One is this sky color strip. You can see lots of different shades of blue. And this is one that you hold up to the sky at a 45-degree angle, so just very comfortably above your shoulder, and you determine what color the sky is that day. That's a very important piece of information for the youth to collect in Sky Survey. And another tool I want to highlight as a part of Sky Survey today is this cloud cover grid. This is a transparent grid that you hold up to the sky as well to estimate the cloud coverage that you're seeing in the sky during that day. So these 2 tools come within the kit, but there are ways to use these virtually as well. You can take these 2 tools and you can overlay them on slides. Let's say you're teaching on Zoom, you can still have skill practicing together as a group on Zoom before the youth go out by themselves or in small groups or with their family members at home to do the sky observations there, wherever they are. And this is a really accessible lesson as well. It's something you can do from a window. It's something you can do from a backyard, a front stoop. So it's very adaptable to rural and suburban and urban environments and the various places where your youth and your participants might be coming from. So let's take those 2 tools I showed you and overlay them onto a slide. So here are 2 tools virtually. And here is the beautiful sky that we will be observing today. It looks very serene. It looks very warm. And as you can see, there are some different coloration in the sky, different shades of blue, as well as some really cool clouds. So let's use our first tool here. And if you are tuning in live and you have access to the comment box, I'm encouraging you to comment in your answer into those comment boxes so we can collectively have a discussion about this. So here we have our cloud cover grid that we put up over this picture on the slide. So your job now is to estimate how much of that part of the sky is covered in clouds. Is it 100%? Maybe not. I see a lot of the sky still. Is it 0%? No, definitely not. There are some clouds. One quick tip on this is imagine you're smushing all the clouds you see into a few of those boxes, and then how much of that is covering the sky. So go ahead and chat in your answer. Do you think our observation from this slide and this picture shows that the sky is covered with 25% clouds? Is 50% of the sky covered in clouds? So I will pause here for one moment and allow everybody to think through that and chat in your answer. So again, this is a skill that you're practicing with the youth. You're using this cloud cover grid either in person or virtually to demonstrate and to have them practice that type of observation. Let's go to that second tool I just mentioned, which is that color strip. So the trick with this is you hold it up to the sky just like this, or you observe it on the slide there, and you want to choose the darkest portion of the sky and what color that correlates to on the strip. So again, I'm going to ask you to chat in your answers here, and I'll read the color from top of the strip to the bottom, so darkest to lightest, in case you're not able to read it. So the top is deep blue, then it goes to blue, light blue, pale blue, and then finally at the bottom is milky. So go ahead and chat in your answer. What is the darkest portion of the sky in this image as it correlates to those colors on the color strip? Now, as you might imagine, which is also very important in science, is these activities take a lot of collaboration and they take a lot of discussion. There might not be agreement, which means your youth need to work together. Collaboration in science is very important, and we build that in as a very important part of Science Action Club. So there's time within each of the activity lessons for you to have share out questions that are within the guidebooks, as well as opportunities for discussion for your youth. Now, after you've chatted in that sky color strip, I will read out one of our share out questions, and these are ways to prompt discussion. So after the sky survey activity together, you can ask your youth, what did you find challenging about observing the sky? What strategies would you recommend for next time? Same with Bug Safari and that Tools of the Trade activity. You start each club session with a citizen science observation. So the strategies that they recommend for next time, they will be using next time with each other. That was our Cloudquest Sky Survey activity. As you can see, there's amazing adaptations for both in person with physical distancing as well as virtual learning. It's a really grab and go activity, pack and club in a box, because we know that each program is a little bit different, but that science learning, STEM learning, and nature-based learning is so important, especially now. It's really important to get youth outdoors, get them moving, and get them engaged with science. So you can visit our program page to learn a little bit more at calacademy.org/Science Action Club. But there's also opportunities for you to reach out to the STEMfinity sales team, so sales@stemfinity.com, with any specific questions or features. This is your last chance to enter that Bug Safari giveaway. We'll announce a winner after this activity. And since we have just a few minutes left within our webinar, I am going to pause and check in with Zach on our STEMfinity side to see if there are any questions from our comment boxes. You could always follow up with the sales team afterwards if there are any questions, or you can visit our program page on the STEMfinity website and see those sample lessons I mentioned, as well as a materials list. Definitely dig in and learn about the details of Science Action Club so you can learn a little bit more. Does it look like we have any questions so far in our chat box? So for the last moment, I'm going to go back to our Cloudquest activity and our cloud cover grid. Some of you might have found it challenging to estimate the coverage of the sky using this, which means that your youth might need more practice with the skill. Before that sky survey activity, there's actually opportunities for them to practice that skills in several different ways so that they're getting better and better at that scientific tool. One activity takes a lot of these cloud cover photos. So you can see here's a beautiful photo of the sky. Let's pull another one. Here's another beautiful photo of the sky. And they are actually taking that grid, putting it over the image, and doing estimations for many different cloud cover pictures so that they're able to practice that skill and they're able to see lots of different sky conditions so they sharpen their observation and they sharpen their practices. Science Action Club is really built to be cumulative and it's built to be practicing. So each session they're building on their skills so they can get better and better at that sky survey protocol and become stellar citizen scientists. So I'll go ahead and pause and wrap up there. I'll wait one more moment to see if there are any questions from the comment box. Don't forget to submit yourself to that giveaway for your Bug Safari kit and reach out to the sales team at sales@stimfinity.com with any questions about the Science Action Club kits, or you can visit our product pages to learn a little bit more about those kits. They come in both English and bilingual sets, and our 3 units are Cloudquest, Bug Safari, and Bird Scouts. Okay. I'll wait one more moment for any more questions, but if not, please have a beautiful day. Go out there and observe the sky and estimate what color or cloud coverage you might see, or see if you can observe some really cool arthropods and bugs from where you are. Oh, this is a great question I got from Zach from the comment box. Someone is asking, how do you figure out a good place to look for bugs? This is a great question. Science Action Club is a national program, so we worked with programs in New York City to rural Alaska. And one quick tip that we have as we're entering winter season, when it might be a little bit too chilly to do observations outside, is that there are actually arthropods you can observe indoors. Think about those cool spiders that you see or other animals, so you'll be able to observe those indoors. Or Bug Safari is a really good kit to plan for spring or summer programming. Believe it or not, it is a time to think about summer. So if you win that Bug Safari kit, this is something that you can build into your future programming. We even have clubs and units that purchase one of each of those units and spread them out over the seasons that make sense. Now, Bug Safari, if you are not entering a wintry area where you are, this is something that you can easily walk around a schoolyard, a baseball diamond, or even in planter pots outside of your school, your library, or your program. Once you start observing, these things show up. It's really beautiful that you spend 2-3 minutes trying to find arthropods, and you're really able to. Nature really opens its eyes to you as you start to observe. So thank you for that question. It's important considerations to figure out when and where to use those tools. I'll pause one more time for any questions. Awesome. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. My name is Rachel from Science Action Club, and I'd also like to thank the STEMfinity team for facilitating this and just being very stellar STEM supporters within this industry. Thank you, everyone.